How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to tell you a little story about when I discovered the future of showers, the absolute best way to take a shower. So I was 7 or 8 years old and I hated showers. It wasn't because I didn't like being clean or I was one of those little boys who just liked being dirty. I just really hated that when you turned off the hot water, you were cold for a little bit before you actually got fully dry. I thought about it probably longer than most people would have thought about it, and I figured out a plan. The best plan ever. So the next morning I get up and I put my plan into action. I walk in to take a shower. I throw my towel over the shower door, because this time it's going to work. I hop in the shower, turn it on, get all cleaned up. Time to get out of the shower. Not a problem. I've got this figured out. So I pull the towel down from the shower door. Water is still running. And I get the towel down and I start drying off my front, right? Warm in the front now because I'm dry. Warm in the back because I got hot water running. And now here's where the genius of the plan comes in. I turned around. In the shower, water's still running. Now I know what you're thinking. I had already figured that part out. I knew the towel couldn't get wet. Yeah, that's probably not what you were thinking. But we'll get there. I knew the towel couldn't get wet. So I figured out some way to pass the towel around behind my back, contort myself in a way that I could keep the towel dry. So that way, I could dry myself off. So I dry my back off, successfully did the handoff of the towel and everything. And now it's time to get ready to get out of the shower. So I turn around again, handing the towel around. And suddenly, I'm wet again. Not a big surprise to you guys. Huge surprise to me at the time. Well, I hadn't really thought that part through. As you know, I eventually just had to turn off the shower, dry off, and get warm again. That's how I was going to get warm. And I look back on that story and I laugh. I think it's kind of a funny story. It's kind of a goofy thing. But when I think about my own spirituality and when I think about a lot of Christians, I think we actually do that with our spiritual lives a lot. We know that we have to be clean, and we're standing in the shower trying to clean off. But we also don't want to have to turn the water off and get uncomfortable. We know the only way for us to be warm is to have that brief period of cold. And we know that we can't get out of that. I could try to stay in the water for as long as I want. I could try to stay in the sin for as long as I want, but the hot water is going to run out. You're going to run out of time. So instead, we know that. We're smart enough to know that. So we try to contort ourselves with this towel. We spin in circles, drying off part of us, but letting the other part stay wet, stay a little warm. But really the lasting warmth comes when we can turn off the shower. When we can embrace that it's going to be uncomfortable for a little bit of time, but then the eternal warmth of God can come in when we truly turn off the shower. When we truly say, God, I trust in you, that you are capable of keeping me warm, and that I want that kind of warmth in my life. It's not easy. It's not easy to do that. We like to think that we can sometimes mix what we want and what God wants. And I think that a lot of times when those line up, that's exactly what God wants to happen. But when what we want is to stay warm and to stay in the shower, and God says, man, that's going to run out. Your shower, your worldly desires, they're going to run out. You're going to be left in the cold. And I want you to have the eternal warmth that I provide, but you're going to have to turn off the shower. It's going to be uncomfortable for a little bit of time. And that's okay. So, again, kind of a funny story, but I just want to remind you guys, and kind of give you something to think about, that with Christianity, God wants us to be out in the world. God wants us to experience the world that He's given us, but not in a way that is disgraceful to Him, not in a way that creates sin in our own lives. And sometimes we hold on to those little things. There's that one thing that we know we have to get rid of. We know we have to get out of the shower, but we still hold on to it. And we try to mix it. We try to mix the wet and the dry, the clean and the dirty, but we can't. And so this is just kind of the reminder, the devotional today. Figure out what that is that you're holding on to. What are you trying to stay warm with? What are you trying to not get dry with, or that you're trying to get dry, but you just won't give up? Pray to God. Ask Him for Him to reveal that to you. Think about that and really say, God, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to be cold for a little bit of time because I know that the warmth that you provide from this is so much more than the warmth that I could ever hope to find anywhere else. thanks for watching. That's all I got today. Hope you had some fun with that. Have a good day.